Obviously for this course, I think it's very forehand friendly, and especially hyzer flip up forehand friendly. So I was doing that very well today and yesterday, and then all my approach shots were nice flippy putters into the green. The other course is a lot different, and I think my different play style for that course is my ability to play safe. Yeah, the tee pads were pretty rough, but I was just happy we avoided the rain. That was the main thing. We've all played in mud before, so it wasn't too much that, you know, our card couldn't handle.
Yeah, it was a little different course today, but I think I always tell myself I can try to shoot around 10 under for 2 rounds out here. I'm really happy, and I shot 9 for 2 rounds, so I'm happy. For me, I just want to manage out here, and I feel like Eureka's where I can really score and then give myself a chance to win.
I'm on lead card tomorrow. All right, wow, that's great. I am very excited. Those last 4 just kind of strung together, and I just am happy to have made my putt on 18 today, because yesterday I had a similar putt for par and missed. So, feels good.
Especially only being 1 up going into this round, I thought it would take probably like a 5 or a 6 to maybe maintain a stroke lead. To have 4 with only a 3 under today is mind-blowing to me. I think it's difficulty and consistency of Northwoods Black, because I think it's one thing to come out here and shoot a 9 under like I did yesterday, and it's another thing to consistently hit those same shots that you did the day before. Just executing that and finding that same rhythm is difficult, especially on a course like this that's extremely hard. Consistency is something that's going to excel way above anything else.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 4th and final round here in Peoria, Illinois for the Discraft Ledgestone Open presented by Merrill. This is an Elite Series Plus event. We've got BigBarri commentary bringing you all the rainy action here from Eureka Lakes, where the story so far has been one young 18-year-old kid with a 4-shot lead going into the final round. Before we get into the coverage, one more reminder, folks. You can watch all the Jomez coverage ad-free with no ad breaks on the Disc Golf Network. You can get your subscription for free for 1 month with the code Jomez. So go ahead and go to that pinned comment in the description, click it, and experience some ad-free Jomez. Thank you guys so much for that. Let's get into Eureka Lake. Par 63, first round, when it was calm, no wind, this place was getting destroyed.
Yeah, some of the best scoring conditions we've ever seen on the Eureka Lake, aside from that one Worlds round where Ricky shot the 14 under. Those were good conditions. The course has gotten a little tighter, I think, though. A couple pins moved back, and some of the OB moved in a little tight, so scoring like that might be pretty tough.
Well, I don't know what Cole's going to have to shoot today to maintain that lead, because you're going to have, we have 5 people tied at 18 under for second place. 2 players on Chase card are tied with Casey White, who's at 18 under right now. Incredible performance from him so far, consistent on these 2 completely contrasting styles of courses. Ricky Wysocki, the 3-time reigning champion, does he have the firepower today to track Cole down and be the 4-time reigning champion? Gotta like his odds going into the last round lead card. And Andrew Marwede, like he said, he likes to play consistent and safe over there at Northwoods. It's got him here on the lead card, but he didn't play too bad first round out here at Eureka, which is why he's on this lead card. It's gonna take some fireworks from him to kind of break out of that style of safety, go for the big aggressive shots and get a lot of birdies out here today.
Yeah, hole 1, par 4, 633, clear the water over there. Anywhere to the right, don't go out of bounds too far over that path. Otherwise, you have to go to a pretty tough drop zone.
Portland, Oregon, Redalen.
If you throw it good enough, you can have a jump putt in, honestly.
This guy has got easily 633 feet of power. Not that I think he's going to try to go for this pin, but he has the ability to go high and hyzer and still get across, whereas a lot of people have to get that anhyzer, and this is way across.
Yeah, that's blistered.
That's a good drive.
Not a jump putt, but pretty dang close.
Soft throw from there.
Shirley, Massachusetts, Casey White.
The rain is coming down a little bit here, and it is important to note there is a little bit of concern about the weather today, as KC has thrown this one. Anheuser, this is going to get over the hillside and carry way down the hill. And that concern is that lightning is on the forecast coming in around 4 p.m. This tee time is at 1:30.
Scottsdale, Arizona. 3-time defending Ledgestone champion, 2-time world champion, Wysocki.
So these guys don't really know if they're going to be able to play a full round, because once the lightning comes, if it does come, there's predictions that it might not go away.
Yep. Smoked.
That is so far.
Sit.
And high enough that it's not going to go over the OB path there. Great drive for Ricky.
Yeah, that's a lot of power to even think that that's possible to go too far, like over by hole 4's basket.
Anything that hyzers and goes too far is crazy, because it's pretty easy to go OB right if you keep it turning the whole way, but to have it hyzer back, that's a long, long tee shot.
Seen a bunch of sidearms on this tee shot. Was curious to see if Andrew would do that, but he opts for the backhand. Sidearm's a good play to just put one in bounds, though.
He's a very balanced player, but in the woods, he is forehand predominant. Not a ton of power, but very accurate.
Yes, and just
top tier putting.
oh yeah,
Top tier
yeah.
putting.
I can't think of anybody who's really better. Maybe
Much better, yeah.
Matt Bell, like there's like 4 or 5 people right in that category.
Casey pushes this one a bit wide. It's going to be Circle's edge in for the birdie on hole 1.
Marwede been really close to some victories on tour. Playoff with Kyle Klein at Idlewild.
Yeah. Coming up next week, we'll be down there at Idlewild again. A good approach. Only one player on this card has any sort of success in the winner's circle at this level of event, and it's that man right there, Ricky Wysocki.
Seems like it's been like that for the last few tournaments.
Where it's just a bunch of newbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking
And
of
that was a jump
European
putt.
Open.
That was not a soft throw.
Yeah.
That was every bit of a jump putt. KC, let's go. Good putt.
Good putt to start off from Circle's edge.
Talk about that a lot. Get the blood flowing, get the nerves out of the way, knock that thing down.
I was thinking about it earlier about the young talent in the sport. I could think of 10 guys that are under 21 who could win at any possible time. That's a crazy thing to think about.
Yeah, for a long
10?
time, it was kind of the old guard that just held that top spot at all the tournaments. It was always the guys that were in their mid-30s, and then that age just got lower and younger and younger and younger, and now it's pretty crazy. Because you really could see someone in their mid-30s winning, sure, but you could also see a 17-year-old win.
Yeah,
And it's
which we've seen a lot.
and we've seen all of it. Star frame predictable on one of the easiest holes in the course. Moving on to hole 2, which has a little bit more teeth. The OB line down the right side the whole way. A forehand turnover can find the water on the left. Sometimes you see rollers in this hole, but most players are going to go with a forehand overstable to just try to get around that gazebo to the right. And Cole is laying down the roller. Haven't seen that play this week.
Has potential to get way down there.
And that gets well down there. That's a great drive.
That's pretty far.
Sets up a pretty easy forehand chip, maybe a backhand putter in.
Oh, no.
And that is going to immediately cut roll OB.
Yeah, that's a mistake that happens a lot, actually, on that hole is the
Trying to keep it low.
Yeah, low Annie that cut rolls. This one's low.
And Rick,
Not enough height.
that being said, inbounds, I don't think he's got a good play for the pin, but
There's something there.
there's something there. If he really wants it, I think he can try to attack.
And that's no surprise. See 2 people kind of duff it into the ground, and then the next person go pretty high.
And really no real aggressive play for Casey from back there. Just trying to get into position some way, somehow, so he can get up and down and save the bogey. And Andrew, I don't. How close can this get?
Really close, I think. Yeah, see.
Wow. Okay. Back edge of circle. It's going to be obstructed and putting downhill towards the water, but that gives Ricky some confidence. He knows what he's got to do, and that's just too high, I think.
I mean, it's going to get pretty far too, but that tree guards it really well.
It just didn't drive that low.
Combination of that tree and then the water being 10 feet away, a lot of putts on the right-hand side just don't have a chance. And
the best drive of the group, left with the forehand flex, and that is going to be bullseye.
Yeah, that'll get you 5 strokes on the lead card. That's nice. Five is a comfy lead. It doesn't matter how many.
I thought you were talking about their, like, his birdie to their bogey and par, which would be 4. But you mean, yeah, they're all going to take the same score, minus Casey dropping 1.
Yep.
Unless somehow Andrew is able to find chains here.
I guess he has a little high lobby.
Oh, and that is barely going to hang on.
But you're right. It was a better look than I thought it was. I thought he was more directly behind there.
And I like the pace of his putt. I think that was probably going to go in if it didn't catch that last branch.
If he doesn't hit branches, it's probably going in from 40 feet. If he's on the lead card, that means he's putting really well.
Yep.
He had one of those putts for the longest time. I wasn't a believer. I'm like, oh, yeah, heard he's pretty good.
Proof is in the pudding.
And then all of a sudden, watching him and then noticing how when he's on coverage, he doesn't miss any, and it's repeatable in the wind, which is very hard to do with that up and down stroke. He makes everything.
I mean, there was so many tournaments I remember last year where it was number 1 in C1X, Andrew Marwede, 100%.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 or 4 times. It was just like, this guy does not miss. On to hole 3. Par 3, uphill, 260 feet. Variety of options. Cole going dead straight with a little bit of drift with the mid and kicks off to the right side. Little window here for Rick and the rest of the card to try to get that stroke right back.
Rick kind of goes straight at it.
Oh, this time he brings that flex into play, and that is early OB kick. Opportunity canceled for Ricky Wysocki. In fact, he's most likely going the opposite direction.
Very surprised with this effort.
Yeah, this could go out of bounds right. And it's going to. I have not seen that really ever.
It's weird. That's a weird sidearm to take on this hole.
You know, we saw that round 1 with somebody who was playing, I think it was Ricky.
Yeah.
Playing out there to the right side, made the big putt, and it was like, yeah, I like that play.
Like Casey.
Kind of like what Casey just did there. Knowing the mistake is oftentimes going out of bounds over that path. And let's see if Andrew can bring up a big one. Try to save the par. Half court shot coming up just a bit short. Marwede, a former basketball player.
And coach.
And Ricky's putt just on line, but low. And that's a really frustrating bogey to take. And that can find OB quick. Ramping off the top, there's not much space between the basket and the OB line, but Casey does get to the ground in time. So 1 over for the card on 3, a bit surprising. But Cole will take it considering that lead.
He's just trying to run out of holes, man.
Yes.
And if he can get some birds in the process.
Mm-hmm. And he's also just got to be aware of what's going on with Chase card. I think he's at a place now where he doesn't need to be looking at scores. He needs to be focusing on getting birdies and securing a good round.
Katrina Allen! Maria Oliva! She's done it. Kristen Tatar.
Side, Ananda! Stacy Deladia!
champion open at Austin.
Hole 4, par 3, 423. Lots of different routes you can choose. It's gradually downhill the whole way. One of the trickier par 3s you're ever going to play, though. A lot of people are going to try this left to right putter shot. It's a tight squeeze, though, on the left.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
That looks really good.
Just sit down.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, I mean, a job done.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping for a park job, but the low line down the middle, hard shot to commit to.
Hard to hold a park. Very few have I ever seen get close. This is your typical play.
And sit down.
Is the hyzer flip.
Yeah,
and that
well
worked
done.
great. And I don't know why more people don't choose that route because
The right side hyzer flip.
because it gets to the same place almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a
It's
safer.
a wider gap, too.
Yeah. I think this whole... I think people might be just used to the left side. It's actually grown in.
It's
over
growing in.
Yeah, over the past couple of years, so it's a lot smaller of a gap. Height. You need
Get over the... Yeah, it's just a little too low. Just not driven with enough nose up or maybe not enough speed. Very difficult save here, and Ricky's in danger of taking another bogey.
Wow. That is so good.
And friendly little bounce back off the bush on the edge of the fairway.
Still plays like a 32-footer.
Yeah, it's
Very
not going to
far
be an
up
easy
the hill.
putt for sure. Great touch for Andrew.
Also kind of a tester.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of putts miss from that area right there.
Casey, this would be big, and it is. Over the bush line and just clearing the rim.
Oh, he hits
the rim.
the rim.
Double limage, single rimage, and in. That was smooth.
Buttery.
That's a great birdie to get.
Yeah, you're getting strokes on the field. I mean, I don't know how many birdies were here, but probably not a lot.
Well, we had a cut, 58 players, so our stats are going to be a little bit geared towards the lower percentage, or if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a higher percentage of birdies, 26%, so a little bit more than one out of every player, or one player on every card.
Well, that's more than I would think. But, I mean, we do have the best players playing today.
Yeah, I mean...
So it makes sense.
I rarely am surprised by numbers now that I've been seeing how the field has just increasingly gotten better every single tournament. It's not even every year. Like, we make the thing like, oh my gosh, this year the field's so good. It's every tournament the players are getting better. Hole 5, baseball field, R3, 476. Basically 2 ways of playing this. Attack it or play it safe. And Cole's got the attack disc in hand.
I mean, he has so much power that it's really a keep it on hyzer and give it height. And that's a crazy thing to think about because...
That is so good.
This is going to clear easily.
That is so good.
But it's almost a formality because of the height
so
that you
good.
can give it. You know, that's like
Yeah.
a gradual hyzer. For the typical MPO player, I would even say this takes a little extra power to get there. It's like almost to your, whatever you're throwing is like your peak distance.
Casey has to keep this low to clear. Does this get over? It does not.
You see what I mean, though? Like
Yeah.
that was low,
Yeah.
hit hard. If he wants to get over, that has to turn a little bit.
Yeah.
To where Cole's just throwing
high
straight
spike
hyzer.
hyzer.
And
Yeah.
Ricky the same thing. If this turns over at all, he's kind of done.
He's got to keep it on one angle, high, stall. That's great. I think it's great. Yes.
That is great.
It's very, very great. Yeah,
But that's that extra, that up.
even Cole or Ricky, I don't think they have enough power with those discs to go out of bounds at that height with hyzer.
Yeah, it's a really safe shot. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
It's like a full throw for them. But it's a comfortable full throw. They're not going out of their comfort zone. Marwede, however, deciding to not test his limits, playing the safe shot.
When it gets windy, way different.
Yeah, the rain is definitely annoying, but it's preferred to the wind, especially on a course like this, where out of bounds get a lot tighter as soon as the wind starts picking up. Good shot from Casey from the drop zone, 355 away. He puts that one pin high against the fence. Marwede executing the game plan perfectly. He's going to take the par. Center. That was butter. What a start. 4 through 5 for our leader.
Missing hole 3, which is typically a pretty easy get.
Yeah, getting 4 right afterwards, and then 4 and 5. You'll take 3 under or 2 under through 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
However you'll get it.
I look at like through the first 6. If I'm 2 under,
Let's go.
did work.
Yeah, let's go. Totally. Yeah, because getting through 5 is one thing, but getting through 6 unscathed, no, that's really getting it done.
Well, even 2's tough, and 4. 4 is very bogeyable, and then you go 5 and 6. You know.
Right now he has 7 strokes on the card.
Ugh.
7 on the card. Well, we've got Calvin playing pretty well from chase card, but
Chase card's always scary when you don't see what they're doing.
hole 6, this is the very treacherous hole. 885 feet. We've seen double digits on this one, and it happens kind of often actually. Second hardest hole in the course. Big hyzer off the tee if you want to go for the big birdie. Otherwise, it's just a safe hyzer and then a pitch and a pitch.
With that same height that he had on the last one, he can do pretty much the same thing, I think.
What a shot there. And by playing that hyzer so wide and just hyzering off the OB line there at the end, he's putting himself in a position to go for the pin.
Yeah.
If he wants to. I mean, he's got so many strokes. I don't know if at some point he kind of like takes a foot off the gas, but I guess maybe with Calvin out there doing his thing, he doesn't really have that luxury.
So true. The thing about it is, though, same shot he just threw on the baseball field twice.
Yeah, it's coming up right here.
You know what I mean? If you do those 3 shots in a row, bing, bing, bing.
Yep.
You kind of got that dialed, you know?
Ricky's drive is too far left. I don't think he's going to have a good play for the pin. And Marewede's style, I would imagine that's just going to be a forehand second shot down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good tee shot for Casey. He might get a little aggressive here.
Yeah, it's 420 from there, I bet. Right around there. Called it. Hardest hole in the course, I'm guessing.
Second hardest.
Okay. So, makes sense to...
I don't know what could have possibly been harder than this hole, though.
Maybe 2. No, not 2.
Oh, wow.
Yep. You good?
Good shot. Casey is getting a little aggressive, but this is going to be tracking probably OB left.
Yeah, heavy on the hyzer.
Oh, it's actually putting the brakes on just in time. So that really wasn't that aggressive a play for the pin. It kind of looked like it out of his hand, but he was just playing the layup.
Still leaky.
Little leaky, yeah. Not as safe as he'd like it to be, but it is safe now.
Let's see if he gives it the height like he did on 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's so
That's
safe.
so good. That is so safe, so good, and that's going to be close. Oh, it's really close. Wow.
Yeah.
Cole Redalen's going to be 5 under through
Such
6.
a weapon to be able to throw it that high, 400 foot, just almost a spike. Stall spike, Heisler.
How can you track him down if he's doing this?
How can you add an L in Heiser?
I was gonna.
What the heck is wrong with
I
me?
didn't want to. I didn't want to do it.
What's wrong with me?
I wanted to ask you what a Heisler was. But Ricky,
You're gonna
to
make me
not
cut-
lose.
You're gonna make me lose my voice. Stop.
Oh, that is just airmailed over the top. Long
Yeah.
OB? No, but I mean, that's a long par putt coming in the basket.
So far, I haven't seen the gear Ricky needs to put pressure on it at all.
I mean, man, barring a collapse from Redalen, I mean, a collapse.
Or a Ricky birdie streak that doesn't end till 18, which is also possible now that we're on the
Yeah.
stretch.
Sure, but
Like
I mean,
you can start getting. He has to go perfect. He has to go every birdie.
he's 8 back of Cole. And they have 10 holes left. So if Cole gets 2 birdies and no bogeys from here on out, and Ricky birdies everything, then they go to a playoff. So I don't know. Things aren't looking so great for Ricky with
Yeah,
a slow
when you
start.
put it that way, it ruins everything.
That ruins the drama a bit, I'm sure. But yeah, Heimberg keeping him honest right now. He's not. Heimberg right now is through 8 holes, and I think he's 5 under. So pretty good. Hole 7, this has got to be a star frame from our group if they want to maintain their positions in this event. Easiest hole in the course, 2.17 average. I think it's the lowest I've ever seen ever.
Really? What about that
That's
hole? at
nearly 2. That's
GMC?
nearly a 2 average. Yeah. Yes. That was always a 2.3. This is the 2.17 is absurdly gimme.
Tell me you got it.
I did get yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah. Right after the 7 I took on 6 that I predicted I would get.
You kind of foreshadowed that.
I did predict that I'd get it after birdieing it twice in a row. Couple of good drives so far. Marwede's got high speed here.
I like that play. Going. Oh my gosh! What? I didn't know.
Marwede.
I had no idea. Did you know that?
Yeah, the internet spoiled that one for me.
Oh my goodness.
Andrew Marwede with the ace. You gotta wonder if he's even like queuing that up by going high speed here.
I mean, yeah.
That is so cool. And we've seen a couple aces. We saw a couple aces in this hole last year. I know Chandler Fry got the ace. There was another one, I'm so sorry I can't remember, but keeping the tradition alive here. Andrew
No wonder
Marwede.
it's averaging freaking 2.
Casey's gonna have to make a long putt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he might fall into that 19% of players with a par. Andrew Marwede. Lead card ace last round, Elite Series Plus. Unforgettable.
Cole's got a long
Yeah, he
look.
does. It's longer than I thought. Does it matter? No.
That was pretty.
This guy has podiumed 3 times this season.
This guy has
And
not. His facial expressions has gotten like more serious. Like
Oh, wow. Nice putt from Casey as
this.
well. He's getting angrier by every birdie he makes.
yeah, he's like, oh,
No, he's locked in. You
he
can
is.
tell. He
Yes,
is super
that's
locked
what I'm
in.
getting at.
It's good to see.
No ups,
18
no
years
down.
old to be locked in like that. That's I feel like that's one of those things you get a lot of veterans that can do that. There's a cool reflection off the base there of Ricky's putt. And go back and watch that. It's pretty cool. Andrew Marwede, ace. Check this out. 81% birdies, 19% par, 0 bogeys.
Nobody bogeyed it.
2.17 average. Well done, field.
Hole 8, par 4, 793. This is a tough one. You can go up the middle as far as you can. You have to clear the ditch. If you don't clear the ditch, there's a drop zone, but then you have to throw it through this tiny gap right here Out of bounds left, there is a pond. Out of bounds right, it's like half full. So it's tough to kind of go in there. You really have to miss right. Get it through the gap.
Marwede.
But it's stable.
It's overturned in OB.
The ace curse.
The ace curse.
Son of
Too much hype. Oh, I actually didn't expect that disc to turn as heavy as it did out of his hand. I thought he just mushed it. Still a great drive though.
Yeah, I mean he's got to play at the pin for sure.
Ricky really using the whole left side and getting a nice flex. That is
with a tree hit.
Yeah, 450 more.
More.
Yeah. Crushed.
Very
good. Casey, let's go. Accelerating through the gap.
This will give us an idea how far Ricky threw it, because that's no tree hit as far as he can throw. Did Ricky outdrive him?
He smacked it.
That's what I figured.
Me too, Siri. Me too.
Marwede with just kind of a layup shot. That's really all you expect from the drop zone. Cole, is this going to turn enough? Play for the pin. Oh, that looks like that's going to be heading OB perhaps. But I don't see the indicator. That must mean he's safe. How on earth is he safe on that
Might be a
side?
typo.
My turbo?
Typo.
Oh, typo.
Yeah, maybe our guys didn't catch it.
Looks like he is safe. We're getting a safe call from our editor.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Casey out-driving Ricky.
He did. Yep. We'll call Ricky's 475. Let's give Casey a little 485.
Yeah, we'll make it up.
No.
No, he hammered it. Those are great drives. But a little unfortunate on that approach. He will have to settle for the par. And Marwede, unless this goes in, he'll be taking the bogey. Even par through 8 for Marwede.
I would have loved to see that lie.
Are you serious right now? Certified heat check, bro. 7 under through 8.
With the best break I've ever seen in my life and missing the dinkiest hole in the world.
And Ricky will take the birdie. Gets him to 3 under through 8. So like you said, if Ricky birdies out, Cole can only get 2 more birdies. Well, he's gotten those 2 birdies. So now Ricky has to birdie the rest of the holes.
You know how it is when you're trying to win a tournament.
I know. I'm just playing. I'm just saying
We've all been there. It's tough to close it out no matter how many strokes you
We've seen so many people come so close.
How many did Paul have at the Worlds? And Ricky shot like 14, and then it was like 1 stroke.
Sure. Well, how about how many Ricky had in 2014 in Portland?
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And then Paul birdied like 20. He went 25 under in the last 27 holes.
Yes.
To win.
Yep.
So yeah, no, it's certainly not over. But right now he's
luckily
making
for Cole, they don't have 25 holes left, and Paul's injured. So.
And Calvin Heimberg, 2 holes ahead of us. 2 minutes after we just had an ace from Andrew Marwede, aces hole 10. And he right now is the only player anywhere close to Cole Redalen. He is 2 back, but he has played 3 more holes or 2 more holes.
Well, there you go. There's how it's never easy.
That's right. Cole, good drive, safe left. Ricky, a little bit more aggressive, going at the pin, hitting the rope, over and inbounds.
This is the one I was kind of worried about for Cole. Get this one in bounds. That's a smart choice. Get it left.
Yep.
Get it in bounds. We've seen a lot of people really ruin everything on this hole.
Casey needs to put the brakes on. He does.
You miss the island. You go to the drop zone. You throw it deep. All of a sudden, there's a 5. That's 3 gone. So that's good banding.
Safe left. It's not even safe left. It's like 2 steps out of the bullseye. It's like nearly a dart thrown. But yeah, I mean, it is.
I'm just saying, in theory.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
I will say I am surprised to see Marwede go backhand here. Great shot thrown. All 4 players in the circle. Cole's putt has not left the pole, though. It has been on, we're going to call him Pole Redalen.
I like that.
Or Cole is Ice Redalen. Whatever you want, man. The guy's out here slaying. He's about to go 8 down in the front 9 in the rain, while holding on to a lead last round in the Elite Series Plus.
A Cole heat check.
I don't get the pun, but...
Aren't Coles like...
Oh, like the coals. Oh, you burn a coal. Okay. Hey, I'm right back on board, baby. Good work.
Thank you.
Yeah. Put the coals on the fire right now because he is absolutely
Simmering.
running. Yeah, simmer. He needs to simmer down now.
No, don't simmer down.
Well, we like drama.
I love it. Yeah. I hope Calvin aces the next one too.
We have seen an ace on the water tower hold as well, so
Yeah,
it
true
is
that.
possible. But right now, my goodness gracious, just absolutely obliterating the course. I mean, the guy is... He doesn't have to birdie that many more holes to tie Ricky's course record. And let's not forget that he currently has tied Calvin's record at Northwoods Black on the Woods course. The fact that he's maintaining that composure and pedal to the metal over here on a completely different style of course.
Stone face.
And
out there.
not one time has he cracked a smile.
And he's not like moving in and running in after it. He's just marching every shot.
Gives me chills. Good stuff for Cole. Let's see if he can maintain this on the back 9 and pick up his first Elite Series win. It's looking good for the young man so far, but we got 9 more holes to go. See you in the back 9.